And yeah, we're going to talk and drive at the same time, as much as it pisses some of you off. Question I got in my inbox, and this is not a question I'm upset about, but I'm realizing that for a lot of you guys that sort of occupy the manosphere, as you might call it, not that I necessarily consider myself part of the manosphere, but a lot of you young guys that end up in the manosphere, the biggest area of development for you, or just lack of development, is girls. Apparently it is just women in general, femininity, everything about it is utterly fucking confusing to you. So the question in this case that this gentleman asked me was, should I give girls attention? Should I talk to them? Because I don't want to give up frame if I talk to them and then they think they have control of the frame now. And what do you think I should do? Thoughts? How should I say this? This is an example of theoretical knowledge without any real world application. For those of you guys, apparently a lot of you, I'm not even really sure how to summarize this, a lot of you seem to have never actually interacted with women ever in any fashion. You've literally never have talked to a girl. You've never approached somebody and said hello. You've never had conversations that were relaxed and not planned and not subject to 15 different psychological schemas of game that you're trying to run. You have no unconscious competence in talking to women. None. Zero. And then you get online and you read all this game stuff, or, let's just say red pill stuff, and then you somehow get it in your head that talking to females is this vast fucking psychological minefield of traps and frame and things you have to pay attention to, and it completely cripples you. You have no ability to interact with the opposite sex. Real world pragmatic life, guys, women don't think that way. No one thinks that way. Women are not talking to you and approaching you thinking about their frame and who has leverage and, classifying you as this an alpha fuck or a beta buck. None of that shit exists at all. The PUA stuff is starting to suck. Yeah, a lot of the PUA stuff is just it's so fucking out there in terms of the psychology and so removed from reality that that's why I don't comment on this stuff. And I appreciate you guys asking me the questions of, what do you think of women, or, could you help me on the subject? But for a lot of you guys, I'm not really sure what to tell you. You are essentially stuck in a 12-year-old phase of adolescent development where you've never approached the opposite sex at all. And then you get to the age of maybe 18, 19 in your 20s, and then you start reading all this deep, psycho-biosocial breakdown of intersexual dynamics, and you read all this shit, and then you put all this in front of you in regards to the approach of just, again, talking to a girl, and like I said, you have paralysis by analysis. And the irony is that a lot of you guys think you understand how women work, but you've never fucking talked to them. So I'm not really sure what to tell you. When I was, I can only speak to my personal experience. When I was a teenager, I talked to girls if I thought they were pretty. I'd try to make conversation. I'd say hello. I'd introduce myself. Sometimes it was really fucking awkward. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes it didn't. Sometimes they were interested back. And I just went with it. I didn't care whether I was rejected so much. I wanted to talk to girls because I liked girls. When I got into my 20s, I asked women out and I talked to them. Yeah, and by PUA fucking standards or classification, I'd be a natural. Whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean, I'd be a natural talking to women. But the feed just froze. Well, I guess you're all fucked. Maybe I guess I am a natural, but I didn't apply all this analysis before I ever, again, interacted with, XX Homo sapiens. I just interacted with them and I let the conversation flow. And I learned over time what worked and what didn't. And I developed a sensibility and intuition to how women thought and felt and what they picked up on. And I paid attention to body language. And it was a natural maturation process. It wasn't until my late 20s that I even really discovered, PUA, pickup artistry, that I really discovered the red pill. And all it did was just confirm stuff I was already doing. It just confirmed things I already was practicing life that I never really had consciously thought about. And maybe my situation is the ideal, and I realize a lot of guys, they just have not grown up that way. Like I said, you guys are very essentially developmentally retarded in that sense. But I don't know what better advice there is to give you in regards to women other than saying go talk to women. Find a way to interact with women. Not every interaction has to be about sex. That's another thing a lot of you guys freak out about. How do I talk to a girl and I want to have sex with her? I'm like, have you ever just talked to a woman just to talk? where you're not trying to fuck her, you know, within an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, where you pick up your coffee at the counter and you say hello and you chat the girl up and you flirt a little bit and then you walk away and don't think about it. That's what I mean by talking to women. A lot of you don't seem to interact with anyone that's a female on any sort of level at all, and then the sole interaction you have is that you want to fuck them, which is natural and normal, but you have no frame of reference or comparative experience in any other domain of interaction. That's the only thing you can think of. So you're basically like a sex-crazed kid with zero experience and a bunch of analytical, theoretical bullshit that you read online, and subsequently, women in general, are this huge area of fear and frustration and just utter retardation for a lot of you. What do you do? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what else there's to do other than going out, entering into the public domain, interacting with gals, with chicks, with women, whatever you want to call them, interacting with girls, and then just learn from the experience and not attaching expectations to it. A lot of you seem to have missed out on the, I don't know, elementary, middle school, high school stages of development. So, maybe you're behind? I guess you could say it that way. But a lot of these questions, like, you have to back it up 10 steps for me to even try to answer. Yeah, that was the question I got in the inbox today. Should I talk to girls? I'm 19, I don't want to get distracted. Why do women have to distract you that much? I talked to, I think, 15 different women today who asked this. It was just one of you young guys, one of you young bucks. I talked to, I think, 15 different women a day just in the course of going about my daily errands on Monday. 4 of them were really cute. The rest were okay. Didn't think anything of it. It's important to make yourself as attractive as possible. The interactions will be better. Yeah, it's important to make yourself as attractive as possible, but it's important to make yourself an attractive person in general. What does it mean to be, talk about this, to be a man at ease or a man of gravity? What does that mean? A man at ease is a man that's calm around women. How do you be calm around women? Well, become a man of gravity where you are confident, period. Confident men usually have more confidence in regards to female interaction. It goes without saying, I think. The whole point of a lot of this masculine development stuff is not to necessarily make you just good with girls, it's to make you good at being a man, period. Charisma and high energy. Yeah, charisma is a massive part of it. A lot of you guys seem to just lack charisma skills in general in talking to people. Eye contact, guys, all the body language stuff is fucking baby obvious bullshit. If you are utterly fucking clueless about body language, fucking wise up and buy a book. Seriously. Yeah, I will find a good book that analyzes and discusses and breaks down body language, since a lot of you just seem to fucking lack it completely. Which, again, I don't know if you're living in a fucking basement, but goddamn. Principles over tactics. Yeah, that too. This whole subject, this irritates the shit out of me. On a personal level, just because, one, I can't relate to it. Two, the questions are just, fuck. Rue started to tone down the extreme PUA stuff. Read The Game if you want, I guess. That was a funny book, I thought, insightful. Read The Game. Again, just if everything else, read what everybody is saying. That's a good recommendation. I've not read that book, but I've heard the guy on the podcast. What everybody is saying. What's the guy's name? Jose Navarro, I want to say. I don't know where I'm pulling that from. That's a good book to read. And with the book stuff and all that shit, study all you want online, guys. Unless you can talk to women in the real world, it doesn't fucking matter. When you can walk into a room of women and be the center of attention and handle yourself, with magnetism, then you've set out and you've accomplished something, you've done what you need to do. Until you can do that, who gives a fuck what you've read? All the PUA shit, all the red pill stuff, doesn't fucking matter. If you can't walk into a room full of women and be confident, oh well. Work on that. Find where women are and go talk to them. That's my recommendation should you talk to girls. Yeah, because you're a fucking man and that's how the universe works. There's polarity to everything, and polarity means that you need to balance yourself out. So, and if women are that much of a stress for you that you literally cannot fucking handle it, I don't know what to tell you. Stay inside your fucking house and never speak to them. Jesus. You have to apply PUA theory. Fucking PUA. Yeah, the PUA theory. What the fuck is PUA theory, honestly? Honestly, it's literally just fucking psychological schemas. Anyway, I'm done with this subject. Again, don't ask me about this again. I know I'm going to get asked about again, but don't ask me about it again. For whatever reason, this just spikes my fucking aggravation through the roof. And I'm already a generally angry person anyway. So, love you all. Good luck, gentlemen. Adios.